For tonight's video, I'm going to be presenting some antiques that I've purchased in the past, I would say, year, while also wearing some armored rings. So, let us begin. I'm going to start with some of the more treasured items that I possess, and then continue working my way through them. So, this I believe is the oldest out of this selection of antiques. I don't quite know the history behind it, and I don't quite know what it's depicting. The name probably gives it away, but I haven't looked into it. It's a candle, but it has the depiction of a castle. So it has all of these towers sort of carved into its structure, and it just follows that all the way around. And then it has these etchings, these little inscriptions. This one says Abti Kirch, which I don't exactly know what that means. And if you follow it all the way through, it just has these really pretty details that make it look quite lifelike for considering how it was presented on a candle. It also has the inscription of a name, Maria Lack or Latch. And it also has some trees here in the bottom, which I also really like, especially for Christmas time. A pine tree and a bush, along with what appears to be a mound of snow lining all the way around the bottom. And then on the other side is just a flat sort of chopped up surface here, and obviously the wick, but I haven't lit it because I think it's really pretty and I don't want to waste a good and pretty candle. I'd rather it last for a while as just a decor item. So I quite like this object because its color is quite what's it called, like sandalwood, like, I don't know, it's very neutral and soft, but it's still within the brown family, and I quite like that color palette. Just a very warm but neutral color palette. Put this one away. Actually, I stand corrected. This is the oldest antique that I have. It's not authentic or original. It's not at all real, but I love its imitation. I love how it has this gold metallic or faux gold metallic face and this thing to hang it up on a wall or any sort of display. This silver clashing with the gold as the trigger, or rather the release. This trigger here, which looks really cool when I put my armored ring in it. And then also all of these little details when it comes to this gun. I forgot the name of it. I've looked it up before. There we go. I think it's called like a Flintwood, I think. And the opening of it, these little Cupid angels here at the top, followed by these other depictions of workers and angels and soldiers and masks of trauma, and all of these little swirly details. See this worker here, and then this other design here. And this metal part here that I don't exactly know what this is supposed to be imitating. And then I think this is just to kind of shoot, or for accuracy, this little metal piece here. So basically you just pull this back, and then when you press the trigger, it releases the bullet or the round. I find it to be very beautiful, and I tend to love antiques. I got this in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and it's an imitation, I believe, of what the Spanish used when they came over to Puerto Rico and colonized Puerto Rico. So I got it years ago because I thought it was very historical, and I've always loved history. I'm going to put this one to the side. The next thing I'm going to show is this coffee coasters or table coasters. I like how it's made out of wood with these floral etchings, and I also enjoy how there's like this radiating sun or other floral etching here as well with these circles. It's of the same picture, which I was a little disappointed at, but I thought that that one picture was also very beautiful. And this is what the picture is. I thought that the woman was very beautiful, and I really liked her style. And I also like the frame that it's held within, and the fact that there's a sort of glass barrier or plastic barrier. Either way, I like how it protects the image from being ruined by any sort of stain or liquid that might fall onto it. So it's part of a set. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as part of this set. And I thought it was really pretty, so I got it. I don't really use them though, I just keep them there as display, mostly because I just think, once again, it's really pretty, and the wooden color and the fact that it's brown as the wooden color, but like a lighter sort of cedar-esque brown is also quite appealing to my eye. I'm gonna put this over here, and then the next item, which is now broken because my cats broke it. The first thing I got it is this Chinese flask. I'll just show the cap because that's the part that's broken. Now, I'm planning on gluing this back together, and you're not allowed to drink from it because, as the warning on the bottom states, not for food use, item may contain poison for decorative purposes only. So I'm guessing that the paint or the finishing on the ceramic is toxic and might contain traces of lead, but I thought I was gonna drop it again. So this cap here has a very beautiful pattern here on the bottom, here, where it just interlocks as thus, and at the very top it has this very floral pattern. And then these sort of like flowery leafy bits that just circle around it. And then as for the bottle itself, while that one was blue and yellow, or blue and gold, this one is a mixture of blue, gold, and red. So the very top of the lid is a more faded maroon color with some gold etchings. And then towards the end is, or the base rather, is a blue with golden leaves texture, and with on once again, those interwoven patterns and leaves. So here's a closer picture of it. The lady that I bought it from stated that it was from 1905, although there was no proof or evidence. There was no receipt detailing proof that this is that old. However, just from the body, just from the reputation of the store, I did trust her word on it. So according to her, this was made in China in 1905, and I quite loved the pattern of the base, and then this red bottom pattern with this little circle and these leaves. I thought everything was quite beautiful. So I'm going to put this broken cap right back on here. How it looks finished and before it was broken. So I'm going to put this right back over here. Next, I'm going to show, I bought this parasol at the same time that I bought that vase. This one I believe is from 1914, according to the lady who I bought it from. And it's quite sensitive because it's made out of paper. So I'm going to be quite gentle with it. There's already some ripped patches in the parasol over time and wear and tear. So I'm going to be as gentle as possible while opening this. So here we have the design of the parasol. From 1914. There are some rips on it, but I don't think the camera can capture it. Oh wait, yes it can. That light right there that you can see to my right, where you can see the lights showing up. Right there. There's a hole right there. Some small gaps, but I thought that this was a very good find and I thought it was very beautiful. So I got it. I don't want to remove this just because it protects the top of it, so I just keep it on. I'm just gonna quickly make some ASMR. This to the side, and now I'm going to show 2 more candles. So actually I'll save this one for last. I'm gonna show this one. I got this one at Spirit, so it's not an antique, but I really love its aesthetic. It's a candle with the tarot card Death on it. So it's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory, no background needed, no explanation, no further explanation needed. I just really like the aesthetic of it. Just this Death tarot card. And finally, I have up my other sleeve this other candle, but this one's my favorite of all my candles. I think this might be my favorite because it has the goddess Kali as a tarot card as well, the Empress, both the depiction of Kali eating the general's head, or rather drinking the general's blood that drops almost to the earth, but she captures it with her tongue. I quite like this image, not gonna lie. I think it's quite beautiful. Nonetheless, that concludes the small collection of antiques that I brought out for display. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a wonderful rest